Hello guys, today we're gonna do a video discussing on what Beyblade Burst is and how they function. So we're gonna get to the basics. Beyblade Burst, it's a completely new series. It isn't a sequel to Metal Fusion or anything. It's just a completely new series. And what's good or cool about Beyblade Burst is that its ability to burst. So usually this happens when a Beyblade gets like knocked out really hard, like it gets knocked out of the stadium or it receives a lot of damage. Now, Beyblade Burst and like every other series has three types, and we got a fourth one, but I'm gonna discuss that later. So we got defense, attack, and stamina. Let's bring these out and look at our attack type. So this is usually our normal attack type, like basic attack type, okay? And what it is that most attack types, they either have a really large contact points, they can burst easily, but that really just depends on the Beyblade. Most drivers, they're usually flat. Correct me if I'm wrong, but like, if you look at it, they're mostly flat in shape. Reboot, spiral, and jaggy. But yeah. Now for a defense type, usually the layer is round in shape. If you look at these basic defense types right here, they're usually round in shape. For driver, most are just, it's kind of, Most defense drivers are usually, they both all have the same purpose. They're kind of like round in shape. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Other than that, it possess probably like one or two contact points, but isn't that like huge. So it barely does that much damage against Beyblades. It's not supposed to do any damage against Beyblades. It's supposed to protect itself against attacks. Now for a stamina type, most stamina types are kind of like not roundish, but like, kind of like this style of a shape. If I bring out Kraken, what stamina types are is that they don't do any damage. They're weak against attacks, but they can outspin most Beyblades and they last longer. For drivers, eh, they're mostly like this. They're kind of like bumpy right here. Like they have like this huge, wide like circumference. I don't know if I can explain that right. Yeah, but they're usually just round in shape, like defense tips. Now, like I said before, we have a fourth type, and we call this one balance types. Balance types, they have like almost all the types. They all have attack, defense, stamina. It's when their performance is very random in stadiums. It's pretty unpredictable what they can do. They can either go as a stamina. They can either go stamina. They can either go attack or they can either go defense. It's pretty random. Here we have a good example of a balance type. So if you can see, it has like this round shape. So it's kind of like defense. This like rubber piece. It's stamina and it's really big jaggy piece. Whichever it spins, this one goes left and right. It can either be this jaggy piece or this one, but both are like attack points. Yeah. For driver, it's really random. It's not very specific. So for example, it's hollow and it's flat. It spins kind of like an attack type, in a way. Well, this is Neptrius, but you know, it's not very. It's very random. Its performance as well as this one, but this one's really specific. This is called the Zeta driver, and what it does is that it possesses all three different types of drivers. So, for example, defense, stamina, and attack, because it's kind of like flat. This one has like a little tiny. I don't know if you can see that. Probably can't, but it has like this tiny little circle in the middle, which allows it to do stamina performance. Dimension, it's really random. It has like this wide circle, and then it has like this little point right here. So depending on how it launch, it really just depends on how hard you launch it and where you launch it. Now for that, we're pretty much covered that part up. Now Beyblade has an evolution. Let's just put it like that. Evolution line. I'm not gonna be very specific on their lines. I don't possess any of the evolutions correctly. So let's just put. Whoops. Okay. Let me see. Okay. Now we're just gonna use this one and this one. Okay. Sorry it took so long. So. This is called a single layer. Most single layers they don't possess a ladder. Like for example, this is the Vipio. They're very basic. They're really good, but they're basic. They don't possess gimmicks or anything. It's just there. Driver, it really doesn't matter which series it came from. Like it can either be from dual layers or single layer. But yeah, for our next one, we got a dual layer. Now dual layers, they possess their symbols like that. Beatramoff. Now, dual layers, as the name says, they have two layers. They have a bottom layer and a top layer. I don't know if I can explain that right, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah. For Swiss Strike, and I think Swiss Strike has been one of my favorite ones. Swiss Strike, it's all about the gimmick. It just really depends on the gimmick. It can either have a single layer or a dual layer, but it's always gonna have something. If I can bring out Wyron. Wyron has this free spinning layer piece. Yeah, but it's just the gimmick. It really just depends on the gimmick, honestly. This has like this spring on it. And the driver, sometimes the driver can either have a gimmick or not. It just really depends on it. Now, now we got Turbo. Now, Turbo are usually unstable in performance because of how their shape. And most Turbos, not all of them, they possess a little tiny little space right there where you can put a level ship, which makes it more stable. Yeah, because like it's supposed to be unstable in performance, but of course Hasbro, kind of ruin it there. But now for the last one, we got Chosy, or basically Turbo's slash evolution. Like it's kind of like the evolved version of Turbo, but it isn't like an evolution. I don't know how I'll explain it. It's just there. So for Turbo, there's like 3 Turbo bays right now. Spryzen, Valtryek, and Achilles, and they have these thing called Turbo Awakening or Turbo Wings, where it pops out when it's spinning really fast. Let's see if I can bring out both of them. Okay. And what it does is that there's like these little pieces that pop out, which causes, it just locks the Beyblade from bursting. So it doesn't burst at all. Unless you knock the wings back in, then you're able to burst it. But yeah, that's enough of me talking about that. So we're gonna go to force discs. Now, I'm not gonna be explaining force discs much, but usually force discs are what gives the Beyblade weight. But most force discs that are like from Evolution and up, they possess these spaces. Let me see if I can get one out without knocking the phone out. Okay, there we go. They have a little space right here where you can put a frame. Now, to put the frame, all you gotta do is align this piece. See, like there's this piece right here. Align it like that, if you can see it. All you gotta do is align it, and then you just turn until it locks. Yeah. What it does, it gives it extra. It just gives it an extra layer. It really doesn't much. It doesn't do much, but you know. But yeah, I guess that's it, guys. That's me discussing about what Beyblade is. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Subscribe and like, share this video if you have to. Anyways, peace out, guys.